going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy Janark. We got predictions. We're doing them again. Last week we went 6 for 6. We called every team that was gonna win right. You know, with the Packers, we got the Bills winning, the Chiefs, the Buccaneers, the freaking Lions, and then the Texans. So we got all those right. And now we're on to week 2. We're on to the divisional round. And so with looking at this graphic here, this is what we got with the Ravens versus the Texans, Chiefs versus the Bills, Niners, Packers, and Lions, Buccaneers. So we're going to start off with the AFC side of things. The Chiefs and Bills matchup is going to be pretty exciting for sure. It's probably going to be the most viewed game. Maybe the Niners and Packers game too, just because Jordan Love has excelled. Actually, all these games are pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I probably would say the least favorited one to watch could be the Lions, Buccaneers, but then again, you know, the Lions. So honestly, I say this to say all the games are going to be good this weekend, no doubt. And so we're going to start with the AFC side of things. So Ravens, Texans. So we got Lamar Jackson and CJ Stroud, right? So CJ's been on a tear. He's been having a stellar rookie season. He beat the Browns. And, you know, they're clicking. Nico Collins is goated, so Marlon Humphrey's going to have to hold it down. While Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are coming off of bye. And I'm not too sure how, because a lot of times when teams come off byes, they're kind of sluggish. But, you know, the Ravens been hot, you know, and Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. And with the Ravens-Texans matchup, I'm going to have to go with the Baltimore Ravens on this one. I think that they're gonna get things clicking. Defense, this is one of the top defenses in the league, and they're rested too. Texans will give a good effort, but I'll say the score would be like 28-24, something like that, you know. And yeah, so Ravens move on to the conference championship. Next one we got is Chiefs Bills. Another Mahomes and Josh Allen matchup. They're in the regular season. The Chiefs ended up losing off of a Kadarius Toney being offsides by like 7 yards penalty that costed them a touchdown, where they ultimately ended up losing the game. And the Bills have been hot as of recent, as they are the number 2 seed as well. They've kind of got things clicking, you know, and they just played a snowy game against the Steelers, but they played pretty well. Chiefs, they're still lacking a receiver. They're still lacking a wide receiver one, but Rashee Rice turned up against the Dolphins in that very cold game. So it's going to be a very tight contest, but I honestly have Josh Allen and the Bills taking it over the Chiefs this time. Josh Allen finally gets his playoff victory against Mahomes, but I will say this, though. It'll change if they go to overtime, because I don't trust Josh Allen in overtime. I don't think he's ever won an overtime game in the league. So if they go to overtime, it'll be the Chiefs. But if they don't go to overtime, I got the Buffalo Bills. Moving on to the NFC side of things, and we're going to save my team for last. So we got Lions and Buccaneers. So tough sides on both ends. You know, with the Lions, they have a great squad with Jared Goff leading the way on that offense. Defense, I still believe, is a little bit sus, as the Rams barely lost to them. And in the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield was just on fire against the Eagles, and they were just torching. And, you know, Todd Bowles has been doing a great job coaching. They were 4-7 at one point in the season. Then they just went on a mean winning streak. They went, 5-1? Like, after being 4-7, won the division and just beat the Eagles. So, and their defense has been stout. Their corners are pretty good. So I'm on to say Browns can have a tough time with the secondary. And Lions defense has been sus. And I don't see anyone. They don't have a true number 1 corner. They have Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Cade On, and Cole Cleve. They have tight ends that can make plays and receivers that can make plays. Even Trey Palmer, that's fast receiver, who ran a 4.33, the fastest guy in the draft. So I got Buccaneers beating the Lions in this one. It was a good run by the Lions, but let's be honest, a complete team that's clicking on all cylinders will beat the Lions. Last but not least, we got my squad, the Packers, facing the Niners. So the Packers are the first 7 seed to win a game ever in the playoffs. So we got that. Jordan Love almost had the perfect debut ever in NFL history, but then a drop by Tucker Kraft in the fourth quarter made him and CJ Stroud have similar numbers. They were both 16 for 21. Jordan Love had 272 passing yards, while CJ had 274. So very identical games. They had a 157 passer rating. So very, very solid performance. Niners coming off a bye. They have one of the best rosters in the league. They have all positions. They have CMC, George Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, Brock Purdy, the game manager. Trent Williams holding down that left side, and the left guard that's with him, I believe, is either Aaron Banks or Spencer Burford. Whoever's on that left side has been doing pretty well with learning and holding down blocks on that side. The other side of your offensive line is sus, so I'm honestly going to think that it will be like whoever on the Packers team is pass rushing is going to just cause some damage. And then the defensive style is always, they got Fred Warner, Mooney, and Charvarius Ward. He was an All-Pro this year, so they got a solid corner. And the defense, the Niners are the Niners. They always have, with Kyle Shanahan as coach for the past couple of years, it's always been solid with that squad. So it's going to be a tough matchup for the Packers on the road too. But here's the thing, though. Packers are the wild card of this whole entire playoffs. Let's be honest. From all the teams even listed, even before the wild card was completed, the Packers were the wild card. Just because Jordan Love's play has extended tremendously. Like, from when we were 4-7, it just constantly improved. And we just put up 6 touchdowns on the Packers. We put up like 5 offensive touchdowns. Oh no, it was 6. I'm tweaking. It was 6 touchdowns. Yeah, it was 6 touchdowns that the freaking Packers put on the Cowboys, besides a pick 6. So 7 touchdowns total. So Jordan Love threw 3 of them, 16 for 21. It was just on the money. And the Cowboys defense, even though it was fraudulent against us, on paper they have a solid squad. And so I'm not saying the Niners defense is worse than the Cowboys. I'm just saying that, I don't know what to say. I mean, before back then, if we had faced the Niners in the playoffs and we have Aaron Rodgers, I'd just be like, we're just going to go to Santa Fe and just get exposed again. But I know they have CMC. Normally running backs torch our defense. But it's something about Jordan Love's like unpredictability and composure that he has, and that he has had for the past couple weeks. And it's going to be a close game. I'm either thinking it's going to be a shootout or it's just going to be a butt whipping on either side. And since I'm going to be biased and be a Packers fan, I'm going to say the Packers are taking this. They're moving on to the NFC chip, and they're going to be facing against Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, while Lamar Jackson will be facing against Josh Allen in the AFC Championship. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree with my takes, and let's see if these predictions come true.